Hello, this is Clay with ODCS Gaming, and today we've got a couple of different things we want to go over in this video. First off, real quick, I kind of showed a preview of this in my last video, but this is my finished, what I was originally going to call the Carnage Mark III. With the new update and all the changes that are brought with it, I've decided to give it the sort of ridiculous name, the Ultimate Carnage. You know, as you've probably guessed by now, I'm a bit of a geek. So, yeah, there we go. Pretty much what it has is there's some more armor, added some more heavy armor on the top, a little bit more around the cannons, kind of a little on the sides, rearranged some of the thrusters, and also I've added these four self-propelled armor-penetrating torpedoes. Um, Kind of pretty much the idea is they're big and heavy, and they've got their own gravity generator and mass block. So pretty much they'll propel themselves, and if they get a good hit in armor, a lot of times they'll just continue to push themselves through the armor. Even if they don't do that, they still typically do quite a bit of on-hit damage. But with the changes, I've actually been able to set them up to fire individually. So now the way they fire is you'll see the top left, then top right, then bottom left and bottom right as you 4 through 7. So now that I've shown you that, the other thing is the new patch that has come out today, the 0.41 patch. It has brought quite a few changes actually. The most important I'll show you right now. As you see, when you're in the cockpits, you now have the option of assigning individual blocks or groups of blocks, if you've seen, like my cruise missile stages I can add here. You can see on my second page. And what this pretty much allows you to do is anything you could do had to do from the control panel originally, you can now do straight from the toolbar using the 1 through 9 keys. So as you can see, I've got these. So if you were to take, say, a gravity generator, put it on 9, you have the option of, now with the block you have to link individual, so you can either do increase field, decrease field, like with thrusters you can increase the thrust override, decrease turn on and off. But like, let's say, so if you wanted to say, put a gravity generator and you wanted to increase, a button for increase, you'd have to have two buttons, one for increase, one for decrease. So you can't just have one button do multiple things. But even still with that, this is a huge relief. So like for things like my batteries or my grav cannon arm, that has several different types of blocks in it. So if you're to bring it down, the only option you have is pretty much turn on or off, which is fine. That works for what I'm doing with it. So now with these changes, that has brought a huge change to just the way I can now do ship combat. And one of the biggest reasons I built the ship is because if some people on the forums have seen me, I'm trying to set up, you know, just some friendly custom ship weapon only battles. Like no Gatling guns, no rocket launchers, just gravity cannons, torpedoes, you know, anything you can think of that just doesn't include the main weapons, like, you know, torpedoes with grinders on it, like, or anything like that, just anything but the regular weapons. So the issue with that before is, since the way you had to fire them pretty much involved having to go into the control panel, having to find stuff, having to release it, and the whole time you couldn't fly, you couldn't watch the screen, so it was a huge pain. So now let's go ahead and demonstrate my gravity cannons. Come to a complete stop. Now basically you just press 1 to arm and 2 will be to fire. So arm and fire. And there we go. So now what used to take, you know, a whole bunch of effort is now 2 buttons. Then you just run back, you reload the cannons, press 1, press 2, bam, second round. So now, to kind of show the next piece, is the torpedoes. I'll go ahead and arm them, and then 4 and 5 are basically the top. So let's see where we can get a good shot. So we'll fire both of these, and as you'll notice, top 2 fired, but the bottom 2 didn't. So I'll kind of let these 2 guys clear the way. another shot. I'll do 6, 7. And you see now the bottom two are going. So let's kind of go ahead and see if we can catch it before it hits. Oh, perfect. I managed to get it almost right in the hole I did from the rockets. Now I have to say, there's a lot of armor at the front of this ship, but the side of, and I keep saying cockpit in my videos, and probably should figure out the main deck, like captain's deck or whatever. You know, the sides aren't as armored. The front's mostly armored, but oh well, I'll deal with it. So you can see here, they get some good damage, and you can kind of see how I was talking earlier, they'll just continuously push forward most of the time. It's not a huge force, so like if they don't get a good solid hit, you're probably not going to get much, but like as you can see that one doing, it's sort of drilling its way through. So doing as they're supposed to. Okay, so that pretty much does most of it, and the way I like to always end these is then I'll show my cruise missile. So you go to the second toolbar, you press 1 to activate the batteries, 2 to activate the thrusters, and then we will fire with 3. I'm going to see if I can get it, and we'll launch. And last time it did, there we go. I'll be honest, I recorded a video just right before this one, and I realized I had my mic put all the way up in my hair for the entirety of the video. So when I went back and watched it, I realized you couldn't hear anything I was saying. But on the plus side, I actually get to use this again. Now that looked like it was almost a maybe on the hit. So I think with this weapon, looking like it's going to be between probably about 500 meters to 900 meters is going to be the effective range of the nuke. Otherwise, it'll just hit and not do much damage. So there you go. With that hits, that just blows apart everything, including this one's own personal nuke. Now it's just going to float away. I do like how these kind of stick in there too. That looks kind of cool. But there we go. That's I have to say, if you want to look at some of the more advanced features of the update, I would check out either Sage or Aaron from Last Stand Gamers. Both of them have done some really good videos, kind of just showing more of what you can do with like the pistons and rotors and everything like that. So, well, thanks for tuning in. I hope you liked the video. Have a good one.